Child, they out here climbing crates. We done reached a new level of boredom. Fendi, like the bag. This is the I Refuse podcast. Hey everybody, we're back. It is Mr. Fox of the I Refuse podcast. Uh, as you can see, I'm in a different environment for this episode. Started to do an episode earlier, but I was like, I think I'll save that for the Patreon users. Whole week has gone by. I was trying to catch the Real Housewives of Potomac on the Bravo app, but again, the ghetto, tried that sucker on my phone, per the usual. Still keep getting this video feedback error. What kind of nickel and dime shit is this? Then I go online and try to do it, and you go in, you log in with your email address that you have with your internet or cable provider. Do all that, try to go to last night's episode, and it just would not act right. And when you have an issue, and you just know in the back of your mind that the help desk ain't shit. Bravo's help desk or whoever they outsource their help desk shit to, no better. Like, if I'm coming to you about your app, your raggedy website, the least you could do is meet me halfway. And you have to fill out an online form, subject, severity of issue, type of issue, who's your internet provider, name, email, phone number, blood type, everything. And that's the best y'all could do. Nevertheless, I'm aware that it's day 2 or day 3 of the Williamsburg trip. And just when I thought we were kind of getting a Joy Luck Club moment from the restaurant, given Giselle's delivery, she had some valid points. But again, the hypocrisy coming from one of the Green-Eyed Bandits. She doesn't like it when she's in the hot seat. Everybody knows the relationship's fake between her and, Spread It Low and what is this? What did Mama Evelyn say?
But you know that you lay it low and spread it wide. You don't care who it is.
We know that relationship's not real. And I'm so over the back and forth between Giselle and Karen. Well, at this point, it's mostly Giselle doing all the barking. Trying to act like a concerned mother when her kids with Jamal don't even like Jamal. And they don't even like the thought of them dating. Being in a relationship. So please, miss me with the bullshit. And the back and forth was cute the first couple of seasons when it was rumored that Karen wasn't living in Potomac. Karen was renting. Ray and Karen were having tax issues. That was cute, playful banter, and Karen, everywhere Karen went to meet the girl, she had the white lawyer friend who I found out is on Tinder. It's cute, but Monique was the big storyline last season, along with Candace's white woman, suburban brat sympathy tour. You can't fight, so you press charges. You can't fight, but you run your mouth when the girl's halfway across the damn barn house. Now that Monique's on the show, what else is there, really? Karen and Ray are living good. Giselle and Jamal are no longer, never were to begin with. Giselle doesn't have Jamal. The house still looks like a Minecraft walk-up. It's essentially a build-a-house, you know what I mean? You know how, when you were younger and your mother and father would build you a clubhouse, but neither one of them were handy. This is before TaskRabbit, before, Lowe's offers you the assembly rate. And that shit just did not hold up too well. And, it did not look like everything meshed. That's what Giselle's house looks like. And then on top of that, you got Robin with her weak storyline. I mean, she doesn't do the family thing on camera, and the wedding, it looks like she won't even be invited to her own wedding. But nevertheless, like, the big thing lately, 6 episodes in, is this rumor around Wendy and her husband. I had heard there was a blonde girl at his law firm that he was kind of smashing on the side, and then there may have been a secret baby. I don't believe the baby part, but more than likely he probably has been smashing. And it's oddly interesting that, Wendy does this body augmentation thing and credits it to postpartum depression and having her last baby. Interesting. And I understand that Wendy doesn't want to let on camera, but it's interesting that she's in this position against the Green Eyed Bandits when just last year she was with them against Monique. And, she was all about, these are my 4 degrees, and this situation you got going on with Candace is not a good look for black women everywhere. It's real tired when you got people out here overly African American, Black Pride, Black Panther-esque, has this under this belief or concept that it's up to one person to carry everybody on their back, the whole race. Any one thing that you do reflects on everybody else that works in that office. I had a similar situation where a person tried to run that past me at work about 7 or 8 years ago. And I was just like, I'm not trying to be where you are. Like, I can't imagine getting to a position in life, okay paying, better paying position, and not have the warmth and not have the down to earth personality. I mean, a lot of people that work their way up to leadership either do it by fucking, either do it by sleeping around, either do it by, I guess, dressing the part. None of which is credible, and none of which is respectable. You have a lot of people that are in current leadership management positions that didn't work for it. They essentially just reassigned you into that position from the same grade, and you don't know what you're doing. You don't have the background. But nevertheless, like, Wendy was annoying last year. I'm not even gonna hold you. Wendy was annoying. A lot of people took the Monique Candace situation as the opportunity to finally be like, oh, it's all Monique, and we have to insulate and protect Candace. People want to all of a sudden turn Puritan when there's somebody else that reacts the same way that they would have reacted. And mind you, like, I probably would have popped off too. And if everybody was following the same trajectory that I was following on the show, the girl had it coming. And as we see in upcoming episodes, Candace just never learns. You can't just pop off and run at the mouth and be out in people's personal space and not expect consequences. Look what happened to Kenya. But nevertheless, I gotta give all credit to whoever is in charge of casting and HR, whatever, for the wives for casting Mia. She is my favorite. Need some new blood, an actual wife with kids. Granted, like all but one person lives in Potomac. Potomac. I know Mia lives in downtown Baltimore. Wendy lives in Finksburg, which is in Carroll County. Candace lives in Upper Marlboro. Karen lives in Potomac. Giselle lives in Bethesda or Rockville. And Ashley lives, I think, close to the National Harbor or in Arlington. So that's interesting. But Mia's my favorite. I'm still riding with her, even though she's starting to flip flop again. A great thing about Mia, besides looking like the the atypical housewives wife cast member, she has a backstory that's relatable. Foster care, abuse, a working woman, worked her way from the strip club to a businesswoman. She's not the first and she won't be the last, but she's more relatable even though she's had work done. And she has a beautiful family. And it's great that she's actually the one that's actually showing the most of her family, like from the gate. And she's got the girl shook. I mean, she had the girl shook from a text and from a phone call. You know, these girls, especially starting with Giselle, in her sorority hazing type of way, is on Mia's head. Like, Giselle, you didn't learn from Monique last season that it just never works. And you want to place stipulations on Mia's dynamic with Karen because you don't like Karen for whatever reason. None of it's valid and none of it's credible. Talking about you want her to apologize to you. She asked you a valid question. Is Jamal coming to the reunion? I would love for Giselle to bring her daddy back. Bring her dad back because last season he had me rolling when they caught the audio from his mic. Like, it's not in the cards. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to stop going back to y'all's ex. It's like trying to go back through the birth canal after your mom's giving birth to you. No, once you go through, you can't go back. Like, I'm gonna need Giselle to get some kind of credible storyline. She almost had me with what was his name? Wally, Rufus. You know, the guy that she went to the vineyard with, and then he just all of a sudden disappeared. It's because he had a wife or a girlfriend. Nevertheless, like, usually, here's the thing: Robin and Giselle are entertaining when it's just the two of them. Like there are people out there that kind of have a codependent, toxic girlfriend, brotherhood, friendship kind of thing, where they're okay when they're by themselves, but when they get around the group, it's like one shits and the other one wipes. And I'm glad that Wendy gathered the both of them because Robin's storyline, when you look at her timeline with storylines, like, she's what I would consider the kind of person that has an idea, tells everybody about it, and then goes right back to having another idea, and never sticks with it or commits to it. Like, she had the house flipping storyline a couple of seasons ago. We only saw her successfully flip and sell one house, and that was about what, 4 months waste of our life. Like, she didn't go into anything else that whole season. Then she was doing the hats. Don't hear anything about that anymore either. Oh, then there was like the tax thing which I think was a result of the house flipping thing. Because the only person that was working was Juan for a while. Um, and then none of that translated into season 5 and the current season. And I'm like, now you're going to try to game us with this seasonal depression thing, and you laying in bed all the time, and you walking around looking like Orange is the New Black, and you like got kids, sons that are failing English. Your son got a 48, and you all the way down in Williamsburg. What's Juan up to? Everybody's trying to stay on Ashley's head, but it's Candace with the mouth. Ashley's doing her job. Ashley is one of my other favorites on the show. Clearly the only critical thinker. I picked up on that last season where her and Karen were the only ones that were conscious to the fact that it was not all of Monique. Like, everybody wants to talk about equal rights and equal responsibility, but they want to put it all on one person. Although Ashley was not there at the fight, Ashley is the one that is aware of a timeline that Candace has with all this rah-rah, even throwing things, which is teetering on assault. Yet people want to insulate and protect Candace when she's just a brat. But, apparently people are starting to like Candace. And I know she's trying to have a storyline this season, but I'm just not seeing it for her. This singing career thing, you only had one song, you didn't sign with the producer, didn't hear anything else anymore about that. But Chris is going to be your manager. Whatever happened to that pit beef rib place? Whatever happened to all of that? Didn't he have a restaurant? And how come we only saw the kids, that first couple of episodes? Where are they? I would love to see the softer side of Candace. She's out from under her mom's thumb. What's going on? Where are we going with this? Are you going to be the next go-go phenom down in the DMV area? What is happening? Where are the shows? Where are the venues? Where are the Zoom calls with your team? I mean, I want to know. Are you going to be the next Candace Braxton, or, what's happening? Candace is a hand for the show, and people really gravitate towards that. But she stays on Ashley's neck. She holds a grudge. She holds on to a grudge tighter than I hold on to $2. The week of payday. Yeah, like, she's still on Ashley's head. She came at the girl. Ashley said, look, I know I just dropped this baby 2 hours ago, but I'm going to still come to Williamsburg, drop this bomb, and leave with my breast milk. With the breast pump still on my areola. And that's how you do it. That's really how you do it. And people want to say that Ash talking smack. Ashley's just reiterating what she was told. And it's exactly that. It's a rumor. And Wendy knows it's out there. But Wendy, I think, is reaping the karma for how hard she came at Monique. From a commentator. Girl, bye. Happy and Ness are a little too much for me. I think this is the second episode where she's walking around and has that same Coming to America, bark like a dog kind of ensemble. But if you like it, I love it. I particularly am not a fan. A cute little tracksuit down to Williamsburg and around the house or the gazebo or the loft or whatever would have been fine. I mean, she's still walking around like dressed like Corinne Steffens from the Mystical video. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I couldn't. Bravo app is not getting it for me. I wish I had the Fire Stick down here with me, but I don't. I'll try again later, because you know Potomac is giving me what I need because of Mia. I know the next episode is going to be off the hook. Hopefully this is the salad throwing episode, and hopefully Mia rocks Candace. But I know that's only going to lead to Candace and them damn stickies again. Child, I've never had that many stickies ever in my life, and I've worked in the office for about 15 years. Like, you're better than this. Her fix my life mirror. You're better than this. Don't let them see you sweat. Still I rise. Oh. But Candace is a manipulator, just like her mom. Her mother taught her well. I'm hollering now at this little cutout of her mom in the bedroom in the house. And speaking of the house, how were they able to secure an over $1.0 million house? If he's just her manager and she's not even a touring artist. And we got a whole Delta Burke out here. A whole Delta Burke. But so far, Potomac is really giving this franchise a run for its money, and I'm here for it. Moving on to something else. What else do we have? Continuing on my mantra of the world is a ghetto. What's this crate challenge y'all are doing out here in these streets? Like, we done did the ice challenge. There are all these TikTok dances. Now y'all are stealing these crates from y'all job. Whether it's at a meat house, Murray Steakhouse, a Family Dollar, a Weis Market, a Food Lion, a Safeway. Where y'all getting all these crates from? So for those of you that don't know, you probably do already. There's a crate challenge right now. And people are busting their asses. And they're not only doing it on surfaces that are not flat, like grass and dirt. They're doing it in the street, on concrete. And what it essentially is, it looks like the $100,000 pyramid of crates. Only we're going to lower it now to about $2,000 pyramid of crates. Because these suckers, A, are free. But because the crate challenge is such a big deal right now, stores are capitalizing 99 cents. So what they're doing is they're stacking these crates, and people are walking up to the top and attempting to run down the other end. Now, I've been bored in my life several thousand times over. You will not find me scaling some crates. And the thing about it is, there's always an audience around for this. And all but one, nobody's catching these people when they fall. When it looks, even when it looks a little wobbly, which it always does, because it's something about, well, first of all, it's gravity, and then it's the transference of energy, right? Science. Mr. Fox is educated. So the issue, they don't run into an issue when they walk or ascend up to the top. It's when they're taking their time. On the very top, it starts to do this because you got both your feet, and some of y'all are top heavy anyway. So imagine, like, remember how Dr. Robotnik was shaped in the Sonic games when he was outside a little spaceship? Right. Follow me. Your legs. This is your body. And you're doing this on the very top because the middle section has the most crates going up, right? The second part of this crate challenge is to run. But people stumble before it's their opportunity to, right? So people have, I've seen one guy fall on his ribs, on his side, seen people fall on their face. Again, surrounded by an audience of folks. Because clearly there's people taping. This is happening, at work, on the side of the highway, in the trap, in the hood, in the projects. Right. And, we all love a good time. And maybe one or two people have succeeded, but this one man fell face first into some dirt just as he was about to descend off of the next stack from the center. And I was just like, why are we doing this? It's funny, out of all the crate challenges, the one video that I saw where the people actually caught the guy from falling was the one where it was on the sidewalk. Looked like in the city somewhere. But there was one. Poor Tink Tink broke his foot. Well, actually broke his leg below the knee. You didn't actually see the break happen on video, but you saw what looked like, you know how in the cartoons when Wile E. Coyote got like booby trapped, or one of his means to get the Roadrunner caused him to be flat, but then like his foot would kind of stick out. This person was on the ground looking like a 2D character. And like, let's say this is the leg, part of the leg below the knee. It was like this. Like in a position it wasn't supposed to go. I was like, ooh, I hope you got insurance. Like, it's so bad out here that people are willing to stack crates and do this shit. For what though? And whose idea was it? Whose idea? I can't. Like, there's already too many challenges out here, and I get it. Like, you bored in the house, you're in the house bored, but goddamn, like, fly a kite, go go-kart racing, go surf, start a podcast like I did. I started a podcast because I had shit to say, and I wanted to entertain the peoples. Like, remember when y'all was young? And y'all would play, well, I mean, y'all ass is probably too big to be playing jacks and shit, and black people don't skateboard. Like, you don't see too many black skateboarders because we're not crazy. But this crate challenge, like, you're too damn big to be up there. You too damn big. Who got all these crates in their fucking house? Like, y'all still buying milk by the crates? What is that about? And then I do not want to go to a McDonald's, order my food. I always get the double cheeseburger meal. I never quite grew out of that. They need to bring back the big and tasty and the McRib. But I would not want to be at the speaker behind the building, order my food, come around the corner, and see one of your employees sucking somebody's dick at the drive-thru window. Now, I've been accused many lifetimes over of being thirsty because I know what I want. And 98% of the time I succeed. The other 2%, that's fine. But y'all, first of all, that's not the hill you want to die on. All those cameras and the dick you sucking on ain't worth it. Cause I saw the video. I was on Twitter, and I was like, what happened to McDonald's? And it was like a 4 or 5 second video, and it was obvious the person did it for validation because it wasn't that good of a blowjob. It was a terrible angle. Like, you literally are straining your neck to suck this dick on your phone, in addition to all the cameras that corporate tapes from. And, like, you did it for 4 or 5 seconds, and you hopped up off of the ledge of the window and was laughing like, "Ooh, can't wait to upload this." Now, the best stuff happens without a camera. And why would you want to risk your job during a whole long COVID Delta Berg variant? Like, why? And, you know, if you want to suck dick, suck it behind a dumpster like a regular person. Like, go to the very top of a parking garage. You know, because nobody parks up there. If they do, they're going to be wherever they're going for a while. Either go to the very top in a car and then go into the stairwell, or park in the corner away from the stairwell and away from the ramp and get your back blown out back there. I know people that live near the airport, but you want to give sloppy toppy at your job? On the premises? Right here in front of my Dr. Pepper? Like, what is that about? What is that about? Y'all's at y'all big age, and y'all been at y'all big age for a while. Y'all should know better. Like, the ghetto. The world is a ghetto. And I'm just saying, like, I do not want to have to come around the corner and see that. Now, the hell of me would have been like, okay, go get it, bitch. But can I get my food first? Can I get my food first? Can you back up, young man? Because, you know, I've been waiting on this 20-piece for a while. It's 1 something in the morning. Like, can you... Yeah, because this... like, why? Yeah, y'all wildin'. Like, y'all giving head at McDonald's. First of all, give head at a Wendy's. Have some class and dignity about yourself. Give head and Frosties, you know? Like, man, pipe down. This is a KFC. This is a Wendy's. You know, we have all kinds of lemonades up into here that are on the same level as the one from Red Robin. But you want, at your big age, to suck this raggedy dick at a McDonald's. And I bet the dude you was sucking off got tread marks. Oh, please don't act brand new. You invite a dude over from the club or over from the laundromat or whoever that you think is hot and cute as shit. He at the foot of your bed talking about, I'm ready for action. He pulled his boxes down, and it looked like the bottom of a Reese's cup. I'm not doing this with you. Oh, and you know exactly what I mean. Now, if you bougie like some of us, you don't eat the Reese's cup right out the paper. You stick that sucker in the freezer for about an hour, and you wouldn't have that issue. And y'all know, black men have a tendency to hold on to underwear well past its expiration date. Every single black woman that's dated a black man, and every one of her sons that's still living in the house while she's dating said black man, know what I'm talking about. Oh, when I was growing up, the Fruit of the Loom with the blue and the yellow lines around the band. This dude my mother was dating on and off since I was like 4 or 5, up until I left for the military, was notoriously known for walking around the apartment in them Fruit of the Looms. Holes in the front, the lining is wearing out, the thread is wearing out. Oh, best believe there was motocross monster truck rally in them drawers. Oh, I'm willing to bet my 401k. I'm willing to bet my high yield savings account. But that's how y'all be. Knowing damn well you can get yourself like a 10 or a 12 pack of underwear from Walmart for like the price of gas. But like I say, the world is a ghetto. Yeah, y'all better return those crates back to Utz or back to Cloverland or back to the organic milk companies. You better return them damn crates back to Wegmans and stop showing off for y'all likes and for the validation. Like, I just don't understand. But anyway, this is Mr. Fox of the I Refuse podcast. I refuse to be ghetto. I'm gonna stay being bougie. I'm gonna eat my semi-frozen Reese's cups because I don't want any pieces of it on the bottom of the paper. And guarantee you, my underwear do not look like when a piece of a Reese's cup is stuck to the bottom of the paper, like some of y'all's. Get it together, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Subscribe and follow. We're on Patreon and YouTube. Follow the link in the bio and in the video. It leads you to streaming in our social media platforms. Peace out.
But you know that you lay it low and spread it wide. You don't care who